At the martial arts tournament, fighters compete for the title of the strongest every 10 years. For 150 years, no human has won until tonight, when Peter Grill not only reached the final but risked everything for his girlfriend. After his triumph, as he walked to meet Lilia, he encountered Mimi, an ogre from his guild. Seeing Peter's fame and strength, Mimi, his guildmate, asked for a unique favor. She wanted Peter's seed to conceive a strong ogre child. Despite being the strongest, Peter refused, rejecting the ogre customs. To complicate things, Lisa, Mimi's sister, also wanted Peter's seed. The two ogre girls pleaded with Peter, creating chaos. Trying to escape, Peter went to a church to meet Lilia. Due to her father's influence, their relationship hadn't progressed much. Now, with Peter as the strongest, her father reluctantly accepted their marriage and the idea of children. When asked about making babies, Lilia had a childlike response involving a bird and a cabbage field. Puzzled by her innocence, Peter returned to his room to find Mimi and Lisa causing a commotion. Despite resisting initially, Peter gave in to temptation. The next morning, he regretted his actions. Lilia arrived, and in a panic, Peter hid Mimi and Lisa in the closet. When he opened the door, he stood there in his underwear, sweating, trying to explain. Lilia had plans to share their engagement with her father, who, despite Peter's title, opposed their union. A promise to accept their relationship had depended on Peter becoming the strongest, and now, facing resistance, Lilia was willing to part ways if her father didn't relent. Fearing the loss of his daughter, Lilia's father reluctantly agreed to the marriage. As they prepared for the engagement celebration, Peter struggled with conflicting feelings. Winning the tournament made him happy, but guilt lingered from his affair with the ogre sisters. While Peter contemplated, the ogre girl arrived, initially offering congratulations but turning to blackmail. Exploiting the celebratory mood, the ogres demanded Peter to keep providing them seeds or they'd expose the compromising events. In a tense confrontation, Peter hid them under the table, trying to keep composure during the conversation with Lilia and her father. The situation escalated when the ogre girl disrupted Peter's concentration. Trying to salvage the moment, Peter assured Lilia's father he'd never leave her side, making Lilia blush and ask her father to leave. Alone, Peter faced the ogre girl's persistent persuasion, torn between temptation and loyalty to Lilia. Despite efforts, Peter gave in, jeopardizing his commitment. Later, he dreamt of explaining baby making to Lilia, turning nightmarish with his disapproving father-in-law's appearance. Waking up, he found a blonde girl in his bed, thinking she was a thief. Attempting to catch her, he created a commotion, and nearby, a man misunderstood, quietly leaving to avoid trouble, showcasing loyalty as a good friend. Unaware to Peter, the blonde girl was actually an elven ambassador named Vegan. She sought Peter's seed to strengthen her elven race, which had been struggling in the strongest warrior tournament. Vegan introduced herself and expressed her desire, but Peter's lack of enthusiasm, especially in a certain area, offended her. In response, she cast a spell on Peter's elephant to emphasize her frustration before leaving. Meanwhile, Lilia and her bodyguard faced a dangerous creature during a hunting expedition, known for attacking men and toying with women using its tentacles. Learning of the creature's threat, Peter rushed to rescue Lilia. Despite her bravery, Lilia got ensnared by the monster, but Peter, displaying unmatched strength, intervened and destroyed the creature, establishing himself as the world's strongest warrior. The ogre girl, witnessing Peter's power, believed his seed could transform their race. Later, in a bathhouse, an unexpected issue arose as Peter's elephant awakened unexpectedly. Vegan revealed her spell's responsibility, stating that unless lifted, the elephant would face an unfortunate fate. Vegan proposed a solution. Peter could regain control by begging and providing her with the seed. Once again, Peter found himself in complex relationships with individuals interested in his powers rather than genuine affection. Adding to the complexity, Lilia shared a local legend about a sacred hot spring believed to bless couples with fertility. Intrigued, she invited Peter to test the spring's effects. Despite a stagnant 2-year relationship with Lilia, not progressing beyond holding hands, Peter faced a dilemma. His elephant was dangerously close to an explosive situation. To avoid hurting Lilia, he declined her invitation, signaling a moment of resignation. Seeking a way out of his complicated love life, Peter decided to approach Vegan for a resolution. Once again, Peter found himself tangled in the complicated web of relationships, sinking into despair. Lilia's father, witnessing Peter taking his daughter away, felt sadness, contemplating ways to end their relationship. A letter from the Orc Kingdom added a new layer, a request for Peter's seed. Despite Lilia's strong refusal, her father, considering the importance of the requester and their trade agreement, believed it necessary to honor the appeal. He trusted in Peter's loyalty, thinking he could resist temptations from other girls, a sentiment shared by Lilia. When the orc nobleman arrived, Peter was relieved, assuming an unappealing orc character. To his surprise, the orc seeking his seed was a beautiful and shy orc named Piglet. Determined to stick to his plan, Peter left them alone to explore the city. Piglet revealed her situation, forced into marriage for political reasons, merely a servant, not pursuing Peter for his seed. Realizing her innocence, Peter empathized, understanding the real culprits were the noble schemers. Lilia's father, scheming for Piglet to fall for Peter, sent thugs to harass her. Swiftly rescuing her, Peter defeated the assailants, earning Piglet's gratitude and a compliment on her supposed ugliness. Peter corrected her, calling her cute, making her blush. As they spent the day together, sharing dinner, the orc nobleman asked about their relationship progress. Determined to end the jokes, Peter tried to leave immediately. However, the group insisted they spend the night together, further complicating an already intricate situation. The situation took a more complicated turn when it was revealed that something had been put in Piglet's drink, leaving Peter and Piglet alone. Once again, Peter found himself unable to resist Piglet's advances, regretting his weakness against her charms. Fearing the consequences if Lilia's father found out, Peter felt the need to keep their encounter secret. Wanting to free Piglet from the schemes of the aristocrat, Peter encouraged her to prioritize her own desires. Surprisingly, Piglet found newfound determination and, when facing Lilia's father and the orc nobles, chose to remain silent, protecting Peter. The relief was short-lived as Piglet decided to stay with Peter, revealing her plan to conceive a child inheriting his powers. Her goal was to birth the strongest warrior and dismantle the oppressive regime in the Orc Kingdom. Unaware of the consequences, Peter found himself in a room with numerous girls eyeing his seeds. Lisa suggested a unique solution, a competition to arouse Peter the most using their bodies. The ogres scored 91. The elf struggled with a 3 due to a perceived lack in the chest area, and Piglet, in a naked apron, matched the ogre's score. The dispute escalated, with Peter feeling helpless. A friend suggested using alcohol to ease tensions, but their true intentions emerged, to get Peter drunk and extract his seed. Succumbing to happiness, Peter lost consciousness. Waking up with no memory, Peter regretted betraying Lilia. The girls agreed on dividing seeds between races, subjecting Peter to a cruel daily routine. Despite the ordeal, Peter found some respite. On a day off, he planned a date with Lilia, enjoying a peaceful evening at a restaurant. They engaged in quiet conversations about the origins of their relationship, a brief escape from the tumultuous events. The excitement of the date shattered when Peter spotted Mimi, the ogre girl, filling him with fear. Mimi came dangerously close to exposing their relationship in front of Lilia. Panicking, Peter hurriedly took Mimi to the bathroom, striking a deal for her silence in exchange for a one-time encounter. Upon returning, he faced Vagan, and the cycle repeated. Peter's day off turned into another ordeal as he struggled to navigate the complicated relationships with the various girls. Meanwhile, Lilia remained blissfully unaware, believing Peter had positive connections with all of them. Her extreme innocence shielded her from suspicions. As the chaotic date concluded, Peter drove Lilia home and retreated to the bathroom to confront his regrets and guilt. Contemplating leaving everything behind, he grappled with conflicting emotions. However, an inexplicable force within him resisted abandoning the life he had built, rooted in his genuine affection for Lilia and a desire to protect her. In the rain, Peter met ogre warrior Sparrows, who shared his 3-year quest for love. Peter learned that Sparrow's heart belonged to a guild member, an ogre princess named Lisa. Intrigued, Peter sought confirmation from Lisa, discovering the truth about her royal lineage. Lisa admitted her identity, assuring him that her intentions were solely to secure a seed. Once pregnant, she planned to return to the ogre kingdom. While somewhat relieved by Lisa's honesty, the situation took an unexpected turn. Driven by her mission, Lisa threw herself at Peter to fulfill their obligations. Simultaneously, sparrows, having found Lisa's whereabouts, accused Peter of taking advantage of Princess Lisa, unleashing his seething rage upon him. Caught without weapons, Peter resorted to using bananas to defend against Sparrow's attacks, desperately trying to withstand the onslaught. The conflict reached its peak until Lisa intervened, ordering Sparrows to stop. Despite Sparrow's burning anger, he couldn't refuse a direct command from the princess. With tensions high, Lisa explained the situation to Sparrows, outlining her quest to find a strong man and contribute to the ogre race's evolution by having a child with the world's strongest warrior. While Sparrows was disappointed, Lisa argued vehemently that the men in the ogre kingdom were weaker than her, prompting her departure. Sensing an opportunity, Sparrows challenged Peter to a duel, proposing that if he won, he could prove his seed was worthy of being the successor to the ogre nation. Contemplating the potential benefits of losing, Peter smiled, seeing it as a win-win solution to his relationship obstacles with Lilia. However, Lisa whispered a secret into Peter's ear. Mimi would reveal his affair to Lilia if he deliberately gave in. Sparrows, expressing regret for their conversation, vowed to win for his beloved girl. The audience, captivated by Sparrow's determination, murmured for Peter to let him win. Despite his desires, Peter couldn't comply for obvious reasons. Instead, he launched an attack and swiftly defeated Sparrows. Lisa, uninterested in weaklings, stated her position, but Sparrows pleaded for one last chance. Lisa agreed on the condition that Sparrows faced her in a fight. With a week to prepare, Sparrows seized the opportunity to become Peter's apprentice. Initially hesitant due to potential trouble, Peter received advice from Vegan and Piglet, urging him to accept Sparrows as a student. If Peter could train Sparrows to be stronger and defeat Lisa, she would return to her hometown. Peter, reluctantly accepting Sparrows as his apprentice, dedicated the entire week to training him. Vegan even contributed by preparing a black magic spell to enhance Sparrow's muscles and strength. Michi, a receptionist, became Sparrow's consistent food provider during the training period. Peter and Piglet soon noticed that Michi harbored feelings for Sparrows. The much-anticipated day of the fight arrived, and Sparrows showed significant improvement, now evenly matched with Lisa. However, Sparrows struggled to concentrate, facing distraction from Lisa's body, causing Peter to despair. Sensing the inevitable, Peter declared the fight over, drawing criticism from onlookers. Sparrows woke up in tears, feeling his disciplined life had been in vain. Sympathetic, Peter aimed to help Sparrows overcome his weakness against female charm. In consultation with Sparrows, Peter suggested that Michi's admiration for muscles could be the key. If Sparrows focused on winning Michi's heart, he might overcome distraction in the fight against Lisa. Sparrows recognized the logic and agreed to reconsider his obsession with Lisa. Overhearing the conversation, Michi approached Sparrows and expressed her feelings. Open to a new love, Sparrows reciprocated, and they became a happy couple the next day. With the burden lifted, Sparrows shifted his focus away from Lisa. However, to Peter's surprise and disappointment, Sparrows refused to bring Lisa home, determined to prioritize his romantic relationship with Michi. Lisa, grateful for Peter's help, shared her goal of becoming the best warrior in the Ogre Kingdom and left him with a proposition. She hinted that if Peter were serious about their relationship, he might have the potential to become the king of the Ogre Kingdom. Asking him to think carefully, Lisa departed. Lilia then arrived with news of a goblin invasion, prompting Peter and his group to embark on a mission to help. Promising to protect Lilia, Peter envisioned a vacation after the mission, away from interference. Unbeknownst to them, other girls secretly followed, recognizing Peter's deep affection for Lilia. Despite intentions to obtain the seed, the future of Peter's relationship remained uncertain as they ventured into the unknown.